Yeah, welcome to the class. So we're going to come back to chapter 10, organization structure. In open case, I only have 7 minutes. Okay. Open case, we're talking about McDonald's. Okay. This is the second time we talk about McDonald's this semester. And this chapter, we are talking about the challenge of McDonald's. Okay. About 2013, the business start to decline, and they identify one of the major problem, and they want to focus on the generation Y. So I discussed briefly about different generation, and the generation Y, basically we're talking about those who born after 1980s. They have totally different lifestyle and the consumer behavior than the previous one. McDonald's is based upon primarily the baby boomers before. Now they have to shift to what? To the generation Y. So they did 3 or 4 things. Number one, at the corporate level, they moved the corporate headquarters from the suburb of Chicago, Illinois, to the city of Chicago. Okay, they want to have more contact, direct contact with Generation Y. Generation Y tend to have more apartments. They don't like to do the long, they don't like to maintain the big yard. Okay, so a lot of them prefer the different eating patterns and living apartments. So they try to hire more young executive in the headquarters. They move the headquarters to the city, so people can visit more different stores and understand the Generation Y. Then after that, they also try to change their menu to be more healthy. So they reduce the corn syrups, they reduce and they eliminate the food preservatives. Then they also try to use more fresh beef instead of frozen beef. After that, they also find out, okay, the Generation Y are more technology, okay, advanced. So they try to create what? The apps, so thousands of stores, okay, have their own apps. Before you go to McDonald's, you can order your stuff, then you can hop in, hop out, grab your stuff, okay, and the kiosk system. If busy, long line, you can use a kiosk, okay, to order your food. The last one, of course, also important is what? Deliver, okay? So they partner with Uber Eats, okay? So they can deliver your food, okay? Of course, they didn't totally abandon the old customer. If you go to the Conway McDonald's, at least you go to the Salem I know of, in the morning, so many older senior citizens, they like to have what? To read the local paper, and a group of people chat together, have their senior coffee together, okay? And have a muffin or something. So it's also a social circle of the community, but used to be what? Younger people. Now it's moved gradually towards what? Older people. Okay, I find out a lot of older gentlemen. Okay, 7 o'clock they like to go to McDonald's to have their coffee. Okay, and for the organization structure, it's coming from the previous chapter. We talk about task. Task is a very important thing for the business procedure, because we decompose the business procedure to what? Different tasks. Each task has a value added, so we call value chain. Okay? This chapter we're talking about put the task together, create a job. Okay? And to do that, we have something called what? Job characteristics model. Let me show you. We finish here very rush on the Wednesday. And wait a minute, am I in the, wait a minute, just make sure I share the right one. One more time, be patient with me here. Okay. So, no job correct. This one, yes. Okay, so a typical way to group the tasks together, we have something called the job characteristics model, skill variety. You want to put a couple what? Interesting, complementary stuff, and you want to group some tasks with what? Identical and similar knowledge and ability together. So the second thing is you try to keep those tasks from beginning to end. So you can have a lot of task chain, okay, with beginning to end. Try not to have some task chain split by two person. The task significance, you want to make sure every job is meaningful. Oh, I'm the specialist for retirement management. I'm the specialist for the salary. I'm the specialist for something, for the health or something. And the autonomy and the feedback. You want to make sure your job always have what? Autonomy, so people can do their job without supervision, and they always get your feedback. And we also talked briefly last time about job enlargement and the job enrichment, okay? And I told you folks, these are the two common practice. Enlargement is important. Why? Because sometimes we, as a manager, our hands are tight, especially for federal job. GS11, that's the salary range. GS12, that's the salary range. We use enlargement to what? To do the justify, to do the balance, okay, between rural urban settings. I give you two examples. The example in New York, okay, my cousin working for USPS, he had every week 15 hours OT over the weekend. So his salary can be $80,000 to support his family. I also mentioned the case in San Francisco, FBI agent, okay, 10% more case load, okay, no hourly compensation, but 10% that. So he can get what, $30,000 adjustment for the caseload. So he can support his family, okay, more than $120,000 in San Francisco. Okay, so enlargement is necessary sometimes for certain reason. However, overly done can create problem. I talk about the case of Foxconn. Okay, they subcontract for Apple. They have to make 8 million cell phones in 3 months. So people OT for 40 hours. Everyone work 80 hours a week. Does it work? No. Because what? So many breakdown, nerve system, physical system, etc., etc., etc. So people started to commit suicide. Okay, so that has to have a balance. So certain enlargement, great. People increase their employability, okay, increase their salary level, especially in the city. But overly enlargement, no good, because people couldn't handle that. Overly stressful. Enrichment is important. Why? Because if your employer provides you more opportunity to learn new stuff, trainings, and decision makings, you can become a better person and good for a better job, okay? Better your career development. So enrichment is getting more and more important. Okay, I mentioned briefly my daughter's case, okay? And she picked up a job with a lot of enrichment opportunity. And that was a win-win case. Her boss was happy, she was happy, everyone was happy, okay? So enrichment, providing more opportunity for people to advance is also a very, very important thing. So today, we're gonna start and talk about after we group the task to be the job. Then if the job keep on increase, then we need to group them by department or function. Okay, by department or function and into a group. Why by department or function? Because the easy way to do things is what? Group something similar together. Okay, so let's take a look about this PowerPoint and functional structure. If we can group something similar first, of course that's the best way, right? People can learn from each other. Supervisor can manage people with what? Similar skill set. So accounting guys should be under the accounting department. Marketing guys should be under the marketing department. That's obvious. Okay, so as a company grows, the first thing we always think about is what? Functional level, functional structure, or sometimes we use another term, departmental structure. Department of marketing, department of something. Okay, if still grow, okay, the company has 50,000 or 500,000 people. Do you think a functional level can handle that? No. Accounting department with 5,000 people, that's difficult. So what? We need another way to further decompose the company or group the different unit to different things. We call divisional level, okay? So let's take a look at a divisional level. So if the company keep going very big or even bigger, the last one, functional, then we talk about divisional structure. What is division structure? Normally, we group something, okay, based on the business unit. What is a business unit? They are accountable for their profit making, for their what? Self-sustainability, okay? And so they call business level, okay? And so a big company, they have a lot of business division or business unit. So for instance, we talk about GE. They have what? Nuclear power plant division. Jet engine, they create nothing but the big engine for the aircraft. Appliance division, okay? These are different divisions. Procter & Gamble, they have a paper division. Handle the napkins, tissues, and the diapers. Okay, so division will be a business unit, and they group something, okay, called division. And the typical division is by product. Okay, so you can take a look the product structure. Okay, product line or product group. Okay, we always do that. I just give you the example: Procter & Gamble and the GE. The other one is the geographic structure. Typical things like a Federal Express and a Walmart. Okay. Walmart store, every store will be different. But we have 2,000 stores. To manage different stores, a logic way is by geographic stuff. So the entire Walmart, more than 2,000 stores in the USA, we cut in half. Walmart East has a president, Walmart West has a president. Then under the East, we have different regional presidents, Northeast, okay, and the Southeast and the Middle East, and then we have the state supervisor, then we have the store manager, okay? So we do geographically. UPS and a lot of other companies, McDonald's will be what? Geographically, because they have even more than 2,000 stores. Okay, how to manage everything is by what? By their geography. Okay, of course, the Walmart structure is hybrid. Walmart has 4 different business divisions. 2 divisions is by product. 2 divisions is by geographic. What does that mean? Walmart has the first division, Sam's Club. Okay, it's different, right? They have the second division. What? Online. Okay, Walmart online is a different division. Then the third division, they split to two: Walmart East, Walmart West. So in terms of the division, Walmart have what? Two of them by region: Walmart East, Walmart West. Two of them by what? By product type. Okay, and all market structure. Okay, one is what? Sam's Club. The other one is what? Online. Okay, so that's the second one. Geographically, we can do it that way. The third one is called marketing. Okay, I'll give you the example in the bottom. You can take a look. A typical case will be what? Hewlett Packard. Okay, they got 4 type of customer. First one is a corporate customer. Enterprise division. Corporate structure. They want to buy a system. They want to buy 400, 500 computer with network with what? Enterprise system. So to sell this corporate customer, you need a good team of what? Network computers, software engineers, identify. They need a statistical package and everything. You have to what? Integrate everything, share everything for them. They call corporate structure or enterprise customer. Second one is government. Government sector, they want RFP, request for proposal, and the bidding process. Okay, city government, state government, federal government. Okay, they may want to buy 200 laptops. They may want to buy 5,000 laptops, and they may want to buy something or workstations. They always give RFP, request for proposal. Then you need someone with good writing skill and a legal background to study and to what? Construct an excellent proposal to be able to get the bid. Okay, so that's a totally different way to do business. Okay, it's not enterprise, it's what? Government and RFP focused. The third one is nonprofit. Okay, for university, for K to 12, they want to buy computer, but they also tell you, hey, we don't have money. We are educational. We are train your kids of next generation. We train your kids. You have to give us a break. Okay, so HP treat these kind of customer differently. Yes, we do need to give what? More affordable computer to the universities. But business is business. So what do? They focus on the market share. They focus on inventory control. They want to find out what kind of computer left over for 2 years, 3 years in the warehouse, get rid of them. They also want to increase the market share. Okay, so they say, okay, if you commit 5,000 computer in 5 years, UCA, you commit 5,000 computer in 5,000 years, 5 years, I will give you a break. Every year, I give you this model, this model, this model to choose from. Then if you purchase it, I give you what? 40% or 60% off. Okay, so for the nonprofit, what's the focus? Inventory. They want to get rid of inventory and the market share. So they do give a discount. So that's totally different from what? Enterprise, and totally different from what? Government, RFP. The last one is retail. Retail computer is more complicated. MJ like to design. Okay, so you need a very good graphic design capability. Nicholas like to play video game. Oh, you need some network card. You need a fast speed. So every computer is different. Depends upon how do you want to use it. People want to use click. Select this hard drive, that processor, this sound card, that graphic card, that sort of stuff. So it's totally different animal from enterprise, government, or nonprofit. So they have to have what? A different division. okay? And how to enhance this market will be totally different from other markets. So you can see sometimes they do the grouping, division by what? By market, okay? The one I mentioned about the Walmart. They have Walmart East, Walmart West. Of course, that's geographic. But they also have what? Sam's Club and online market. You can argue that's a different market as well. Or you can argue that's what? That's a different product, okay? But anyway, typically, we talk about the division, 3 different type of division, okay? And so you can see, we always started task, group the task to create job increase, set up accounting finance, they call department or functional structure. Keep growing, more than 1,000 people, create what? Different business unit. Each unit will be consist of unique things responsible for its own profit and the loss. They call division. Division normally 3 different ways: by product line, similar product; by geographic, similar geographic area; or by market, because we sell them to totally different markets, so it's different. And after that, we also have something called matrix structure, okay? And the matrix structure is talking about recently because the high tech. So we have this called matrix structure. What is matrix structure? Means we organize this temporary group. And the group recruiting people from accounting, finance, marketing. So each person work in this matrix. They report to 2 supervisors. Your accounting background, you report back to the accounting manager, but you also report to what? The group manager, the team leader. Okay, so in the beginning about the matrix structure, you are accounting manager, you join 2 cross-functional team or 3 cross-functional team. You report to 3 leaders plus what? Accounting, finance, marketing leader. That's compulsory, right? If you join more team, being assigned to different team, then you have more bosses, more supervisors. So after these loosely structured cross-functional team being formalized, you don't report to previous guy anymore. You just report to what? The team leader. If that's the case, we call the product team structure. Okay, it's product team structure. It's more formalized. So you no longer report to the what? Dual reporting system. You are permanently assigned to a given team. Okay, and this is a very unique structure for team management for the high-tech company, because each team, they have to focus on what? Different functional areas. Okay, and after that, we talk about a little bit about coordination, but many of these stuff I'm not going to talk too much. We talked about authority before. Max Weber, okay, authority, that's the way we what? We control everything and we have hierarchy of authority. Then we create span of control. We like to have a small span of control, so we also call tall or flat organization. Tall means what? The span is long and too many layers. Flat means what? Fewer levels. So which way is better? Okay, of course, we are moving towards what? Flat structure, okay? And why flat structure? Because a lot of technology can supervise that. Without the information technology, you need different layers of what? control and the supervision. Now with information technology, a lot of middle level, we don't need it. CC and the different things through the email and the information system. Okay, we make a lot of organization to be flat, not tall. Okay, then next one in your handout, I talk about centralization and the decentralization. Okay, it's always a cycle and a balance. We talk about Union Pacific, the railroad company. They used to have a centralized scheduling system. Okay, a train from New York to San Francisco, centralized scheduling system. So the headquarters know exactly where is the train. But they find out there are a lot of problems. 90% of the train is behind schedule. Why? Because you don't know. There's a car accident in Springfield, Illinois. They may have some problems in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. So they decompose what? The centralized scheduling system to be decentralized. They have what? Coordinated by state or by section. Then they find out they can have what? 100% perfect schedule. Because if you are screwed up in this area, once you get to the next one, you have a new schedule, then what? Perfect, 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 then everything will be better. Then the troublesome area and accident that the local people to handle them, to minimize it. They have a better control. So a lot of scheduling system, okay, in the railroad, they decompose it to what? Decentralize it. The textbook used to give a lot of cases talking about a lot of high-tech companies. Google, talking about Microsoft, talking about Apple, all these high-tech companies. So many things. And they duplicating a lot of projects, duplicate a lot of things. That's a waste. And the last chapter, we talk about technology management. We talk about funnel control. 400 project, then narrow down to what? 40, then 20, whatever. Okay. So just like a typical technology management, a lot of high-tech companies, they have to centralize control. They cannot have so many duplicates. So they are moving towards what? More centralized control. They encourage the idea, but they have to be more centralized control to cut the unnecessary waste. Okay? So the centralization and the decentralization, I give you some example, and you can see there's a section talking about centralization and the decentralization. Okay, and the next one talking about, okay, talking about integration and the coordination. Okay, typically for different functional area to coordinate, we have these 4 levels, from very loosely control to little bit better control to a lot better control or integrated. So let's take a look at the first one. Okay, liaison roles. Okay, people in the senior level, they just in touch, know what's going on. They call liaison control or coordination. Task force most likely move to the middle level. Okay, so we want to do this project or something. Okay, each manager still belongs to their own unit, but they're working on this project called task force. Strategic plans or 5 years plan or something, they create a task force. Could be also what? The product development project. Okay, they call task force. After the task force, then they create what? Cross-functional team. Not just coordination among managers. I want each manager assign a person to this team. Okay, devoted 40, 50, 60% about the time about this employee in this project, the cross-functional team. Then you can do the integrated role. So we can coordinate the function, okay, through different approach from minimum to highly integrated. Okay. Then organization culture. Before we talk about that, I want to talk about open case, about the Cubs. Okay, this is the Chicago Cubs. Okay, they won the national champion 2016. After 108 years history, they never won, but 2016 they became National League Championship, also the World Series Championship. Okay, so anyone play baseball or like to watch the professional baseball? How many teams in Chicago, do you know? How many? In the chat, you can tell me. Emma, do you watch baseball? No? Okay, how about you, Sean? No? Okay, anyone watch? My doctor watch that all the time, okay? Anyway, so if you folks are not a big fan of baseball, okay, I cannot force you to answer these questions. And so in Chicago area, there are two teams. One is what? The Cubs, okay, and it belongs to what? Belongs to the National League, NL. Then in Chicago, there's another one called what? White Sox. That's what? American League. So Chicago, there are two professional baseball teams. Okay, and this is the story we're talking about. One of the two called Cubs. Cubs was the 2016 national championship. And how did that happen? This guy. Okay, you take a look at this guy, and that's his picture. His name is Theo Epstein. Okay, this guy also led the Red Sox. Remember a few minutes ago I talked about the White Sox? White Sox is Chicago. Red Sox is Boston. He took the Boston to win 2004 and then 2007. So apparently this guy is really, really good, really good. So the Cubs owner wants him to help the Cubs to win the national championship. And for those of you who are interested in the sports management, spring break, you have a book to read. I recommend you called Cubs Way. Okay, that's right about this guy, how he transformed a baseball team, okay, from nothing to be the national champion. Okay, and of course, in the book, okay, describe a lot of things, very descriptive. Okay, it always bothers me, so I try to summarize it. Okay, and I summarize to three groups. First thing, data analysis and the scientific management. Everything based upon science. Okay, he sent the expert to recruit people, scouting people, every single statistics and records about every single player. Okay, this game, how many ball you pitch, how many good ones, how many bad ones, every detail. Okay, everything has to have what? Scientific based. He believes in biomechanics. He has a contract with the hospital. Okay, the baseball pitchers. Okay, how fast is your ball? Hit the ball. How fast can you hit the ball? Everyone's strength. And the biomechanics statistics being tracked. If you've been trained, have you improved the speed of your ball if you are a pitcher? Hit the ball. Can you hit the ball further or farther or hit the ball better? In what terms? in real data. He measured everything by science. Okay, so the first thing I think, if you want to be successful, you have to use technology. Biotechnology, okay, big data, statistics, you track everything. Because only science tell you the truth. Only by integrate the science and the data, you can be a better manager. That's number one, okay? Number two, break everything, rebuild it from scratch. He doesn't believe in another superstar. Some of these baseball guys, just like the football guys, the team paid them what? $20, $30 million a year, right? These superstars, they make a lot of money. Are they really that useful? According to this guy, he rather have his own team. He doesn't believe I should buy or trade, it's a better term, couple nice superstars. He think we should draft all the possible young people, then train everyone from scratch, not really scratch. You draft something, best person from the old college league and the minor leagues, right? But if you have statistics, you can draft the best of the best. Then what? Then train your own. Okay, everything from scratch. People's character, everyone's humble, no kinky person in the team, everyone's friendly, everyone's respect each other. These are important things. So he want to rather what? Build up a newer team instead of what? Get, okay, a monster of one expert from here, one expert from there, then have a weird characters, etc., etc. The last one, third one, is important is what? Corporate culture. Encourage people, respect each other, be humble, okay, be truthful, and so everyone can work together happily, okay? And so how to build up a good culture? People feel like they are motivated, people feel like they are welcome, people feel like they are respected, okay? So these are the three things. I summarized it from the book. You are welcome to read the book. There are so many details about the book. Okay, and this person is incredible. Okay, he helped Boston Red Sox 2 times. Then he moved to Chicago. 5 years. He made the Chicago also what? National champion. Okay, and it's a very, very good book, enjoyable to read. I recommend you to read the book. Okay, so that's a case in our textbook. Then after that, let's talk about corporate culture. Okay, a few minutes ago, I just skipped it. Okay, then let's take a look. And so this is the organization culture, talking about, okay, what is culture, what is norm, what is value, okay? And the culture and the structure are hand in hand. Structure is the skeleton, the bone system. Culture is what? The nerve and the blood and that kind of things, the vessels. And so let's take a look. Let me move this guy down. Okay, so culture, where are the culture coming from? I want you to take note. Number 4 is what? Organizing structure. Different structure can generate or affecting different culture. The third one, okay, the bottom up, employment relations. The textbook talking about employment relationship. I put what? Human resources management policy and the practice. How do you motivate people? How do you promote people? How do you practice the what? Relationship. That's important. Okay, that's going to forming or affecting your culture. Okay, if the whole system is competitive, the whole system is nurturing on everything, the human resources policy and the practice, that's health. And of course, the number one characteristic of members are important. Okay, so every manager will hire their own person and then fire the person they don't like. So if they hire a lot of new person, what kind of person they recruit into the company, what kind of person they have, that's important. If they hire a group of very young professionals into the company, the culture will be what? Younger. The culture will be more generation affected because more young people. If they prefer a lot of what? Cheaper person or a lot of something. So what's really affect the corporate culture? Structure, human resources practice, and what kind of person we have. And of course, they mention organization ethics is important. Everyone's ethic code, especially the founder and the manager's ethic code, also going to what? Affecting the corporate culture. Okay. And now we have another case. Talk about Sodexo. Sodexo is a French company. Okay, and they do food service. Okay, specifically, what kind of food they serve. We talk about McDonald's. Okay, they serve 80 million food every day. So Mexico serve more than 100 million person every day. They serve the food to what? Most of the cruise lines, most of the institutions, prisons, and they serve U.S. Marine Corps. They serve a lot of governments. They serve a lot of schools. They serve a lot of what? Senior citizen centers. So it's a food providing company, one of the largest food provider. You work for another big company, okay? Lunch, who provided that? Sodexo, okay? And this company, they have to be very competitive to be able to be so big. So they have to have their unique way to be competitive. One major way is diversity management. Okay? They don't pay these cooks high salary. Most of the people work in the restaurant or for the dining hall, minimum wage, and the part-time, no benefit, right? They have to find different ways to cut the cost to be able to be competitive. If you want to cut the cost, you get all these people coming in to work together. Low socioeconomic status, diverse culture. How to get them together? The major trick is what? Diversity management. How could you get these people to work together, to be happy? How to motivate them to be together? So we will have a group to present this case, but the textbook just briefly talk about it, okay? So they focus on 6 different areas, culture and origin, okay? Because Sodexo serving what? 40% in the bottom, 30% of 38%, almost what? 40% of the market is where? Is in Europe. So a lot of what? Different culture and origins has to be integrated. Disability, because they have to hire people with disability, different gender. Generation is also important. Okay, if most of the workers are baby boomers or Generation X or Generation Y, you handle it differently. How to get the Generation X and the baby boomers to work together, including and the sexual orientations, okay? So they focus on all these areas. And to practice them well, they also what? They recruit, retain people, Okay, well, they most importantly, they give what? Huge bonuses to people. Okay, the bonus system, okay, substantial proportion is based upon your diversity management, because they don't want you to what, cut a lot of corners and everything to cut the cost. They want you to handle person better, because for this company, if you can get people to work each other, then that's definitely guarantee your success. So a big part of the bonus system is what? Diversity management. Then of course they monitoring the data. There's a lot of support group, and they provide a lot of education. So managers know how to respect people in different culture, disability, and also people knows the difference about other people's culture origin, so they can respect each other. So this is a very interesting case. Okay, and in addition to the low tech, the other side, high tech is another problem about what? About diversity management. Remember, Cisco CEO gave $100 million to what? To recruit more diversity. Microsoft also tried to get more money to get what? More diversified workforce. So typically, you just have to know, in the high tech and the low tech company, two extreme, diversity management is very, very important. Okay, and I didn't say in the middle it's not important. I just say it's overly important. So the diversity management is very, very crucial. You really have to have more skill and expertise about it, okay, to be able to help the company. So today we talk about a corporate structure. We started with the task, how to group the task by using job characteristics model to be one job. Job growth, how to group the job. We group by similarity, by function. Accounting, finance, marketing. Keep growing, we do division. Each division will be business unit. Division have 3 types. Product line, most popular way. You have so many products, focus on the product. SUV and the sedan and the truck for the car manufacturer product line. Second thing, geographic. A lot of company, huge. So what? They break it to geographic area. The third one is by marketing. Computer have what? Totally different market. Okay, and so they have 4 different markets. Government market is RFP focused. Business corporate market is focused on enterprise network system. Non-profit is what? Logistic control. Get rid of the old model, and the what? Increase the market share. Last one, individual market is what? Customized computer design. How to do that? How to put a computer fast, quick, and fast to sell that, assemble, then ship it to the customer. So that's another way. Then we spend some time talk about multifunctional team, okay, and the matrix system. That's very popular for high tech. Okay, for high tech, a lot of companies need multifunctional team. Okay, and I want to spend a couple minutes ask you any question about your group project, because I told you team building skill, team management skill, manage the team is important. I really want you to use this exercise, team building exercise, to enhance, okay, to practice some of the stuff you learned from chapter 15. So any question about the report? If there's no report, I want you to know, next week, spring break, be safe, be happy, and make more money if you can. But we have what? One group project is one report for entire group try to do it. Okay. Someone says, "Can I fire myself? I want to do individual. I don't want to do group." I say no, because what? I want you to learn some skill. It's part of the course. You should learn how to be a good team manager, how to manage the team skills. Okay. After the spring break, we have 3 more chapters. Then each group gonna be doing a group project. So after spring break, basically, you have 2 weeks. I will do lecture. You will do the group project. Then will be your turn to make the presentation. Okay, so I also have 2 weeks for group teams to make presentations. Okay, so that's concluding today's lecture. Thank you for coming. Okay, the Friday before spring break. Thank you for coming, and have a nice spring break. Stay happy and safe. Okay, see you Monday after next week. Okay.
Have a good break.
Thank you. You too.